I bet you never heard nothing like this before, but guess what?
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. All right.
It's the Tim the Bartender Show, where the drinks are served cold, and sometimes so is the truth. Relationship advice others don't give. Tim's advice is always from a male perspective, always straightforward, always real, and always Tim the Bartender. Cheers!
All right, folks, how y'all doing? It's me, Tim Black, a.k.a. Tim the Bartender. I'm at your service. Hello. What's going on, people? Look, first of all, first things first, if you would like your advertisement to go here, hit me up at timstake2@gmail.com or tim@timthebartender.com. Second, do yourself a favor. If you got a relationship or you would like to have a relationship, a good one that is, go to Amazon, pick up my book, The Truth Hurts, but it beats a lie. It's only $3. It's only $3. Who can't spend $3 on a book that might help you get over the hump? Might help you be successful with the lady friend of your dreams or the man of your dreams, whatever. Come on, people. Act accordingly. But as you know, folks, I was talking about it, and now it's happened. It's finally here. This is the Bar Stool Podcast. Shout out again to my man, Philly Just, for helping me come up with the name. Shout out to my man, Lieutenant Axiom, for coming up with the graphic that you see. He gave me most of the graphic, and I just add a little touches here and there to make it bombastic. It's a classic, fantastic, not too drastic. Yeah, because it's the real thing. You want to put it down with the feel thing. I got it going on, baby. You know that real thing. And when I do it, you know what it's going to be true. Ain't nobody talking that bullshit but you. Now, if they talking about how they going to live it up, but they ain't the type of folks that's going to give it up and keep it real with you and give it trill with you. That's the thing, baby. I'm going to deal with you. Hardcore fanaticism erected. Put it down, baby. You got to respect it, protect it. Make sure you correct it. That's that TTB shit. I freestyle better than G-Man. Give it up for the Drunken Peasants Podcast, who had me on their podcast and helped blow me up. Give it up for my man Smokey Dog, who had me on his podcast and helped me blow up. And give it up. I say give it up for me. For having me on my own podcast here so I can blow other people up. That's right. I can blow other people up now. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, folks, we got a lot of stuff we want to get to. A lot of stories. The Ferguson update, which is cool. Not what you're going to be expecting. From some stories that came out from some of my neoconservative folks out there. A story about Joan Rivers. Of course, we got to talk about that. Her death and some of the reactions I got for not dissing this woman. Also, we're going to talk about Jill Scott and her big breasts and Kate Upton's square ass, square bob, SpongeBob SquarePants body, and then Jennifer Lawrence and the whole feminist movement coming to her rescue. And I hate when they do that. The penises are evil. That whole movement. And then we're going to move on. Man, we got so much to cram into this. Let's just get to it so that people can enjoy it. All right. You tune in to Tim Black, a.k.a. Tim the Bartender. This is the podcast, the Bar Stool Podcast. Let's jump off into it. First, let me hit you with this clip. The man I want to introduce you to has been scammed 3 times by lovers he met online. And now this man, he plans to propose to a woman he's only ever met via Skype. That man's name is Ben Ivy. Ben Ivy's 32. He has handed over more than $20,000 to online scammers. The Sydney resident has been scammed a total of 3 times since 2011. What is going on in Sydney that these guys are this stupid? I digress. He admits being duped that many times is cray-cray. Here goes Ben in his own words. I think the reason why I got scammed 3 times was because of my loneliness, and I just wanted to have someone to love and bury in my basement. I'm sorry. No. I just wanted to have someone to love, and I was prepared to do what I could to make the woman happy. Of course, she couldn't like me for me, therefore I would have to pay her to like me, for I am a man that can't be liked in person. Oh, fuck. I'm trying to tell you people, man, self-esteem, if you don't have it, you can't buy it, baby. You got to go get that. You got to earn that. He also goes on to say this, and this is why he gets scammed so often. I think this is the nugget of truth behind all the scamming. Every time the scammer asks me for money, I tell them about the previous scammer and how upset I was by that. But they assured me it wouldn't happen again. I believed every time this would come true, but it didn't. Wah, wah, wah. See what I'm saying, folks? See what I'm saying? Look, I know the way he wanted this story to end. He wants to divulge that he's been a sucker for love 3 times or 2 times or every time, and that these women are just supposed to be like, man, I'm not going to sucker him. I'm going to be different. If I sucker him, I would feel like a heel. I would feel like a very awful human being. I would, not be able to look myself in the mirror. But every day when she wakes up and she looks in her purse and sees nothing but moths and used gum wrappers, and she looks in her bank account at the overdrawn fees, she thinks about you, Ben. And it's like calling her. You're like that thing that's calling her. It's like, go ahead and, go ahead and get him. Go ahead and get him, because somebody going to get him. If you don't get him, somebody going to get him. I mean, come on, man. You got to go get him, baby. Come on. God sent you this guy. God sent you him. God wants you to take his money. In fact, I think God gave him money just so you can take it. Come on now. Come on now. That's why he got money to begin with, to give to you. And you not taking this money, it's like you denying a blessing from God. You got to take that money. That's the purpose of him having it. In fact, I believe that the joy that he will receive from giving you that money, it far surpasses the monetary value of said money in which he would give you. You understand? Because we have some givers and we have some takers, and Ben Ivy, this idiot, is obviously a giver. And that's what he's supposed to do. Now look, okay. Oh my God, this is the picture of beauty that he is now in love with. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this woman. I'm sure some people love their women flumpy and dumpy and built like a pear. I understand it. Some people are into the Michelin woman, where the front looks the same as the back. And I know that some people like that. I'm not knocking your fetish is. But come on. Come the fuck on. Come on now. Come on now. You can't be that stupid, Ben. Well, can you? Obviously, he can be that stupid. I'd like to know what happened with Ben. What's going to happen with the new love affair? The new love affair that Ben is now embarking on. Because this right here, this is not good. This is not good. I'm not impressed with this shit, Ben.
Epic fail.
All right, enough of you, Ben. Enough with Ben. Ben, you are a lost cause. We're going to move on to other things. You know, that whole Tim the Bartender, Tim Black thing, you know, it's like, I want to let go of the Tim the Bartender, but I can't. It's like what got me started, you know? And the Tim Black thing, it's kind of hard because, you know, there are people who don't want to even say it. I'm serious. They don't even want to say the word black. Mr. Black. The connotation, I guess it just throws them off. They don't want to be, you know, accused of being racist. They don't even want to say Mr. Black. They just say Mr. Tim. You know, that's how uncomfortable it is for them. So, you know, you can just call me Tim the Bartender. The Bartender. Bartender. TTB. Tim. What's up, my brother? What's up, nigga? What's going on, player? Whatever. I gotta ask you, you know, have you ever heard a story of a man decapitating himself? Well, a man decapitated himself in Hunts Point, section of the Bronx, New York. This article was in the Daily News. It's of Thomas Rivera, 51. Listen to what this man did. Thomas Rivera, 51, he tied a chain from his head to a pole. Then he hit the gas on this 2005 Honda CR-V and popped his head right off his shoulders. Listen, it says a man managed to, Listen, it says a man managed to behead himself in a spectacularly gruesome suicide in the Bronx on Monday. Thomas Rivera, 51, of upstate Port Jervis. So that's how y'all get down in upstate Port Jervis, huh? You don't just take pills like a regular person. No, these motherfuckers tie a chain to a pole. All right, Tim, just get through the story. Then come back and ad-lib. Thomas Rivera, 51, of upstate Port Jervis, tied a chain from his head to a pole. Then he hit the gas on his 2005 Honda CR-V in Hunts Point, cops said. He gunned it at 9:35 a.m., slamming into a parked vehicle on Longfellow Avenue. That's near Randall Avenue. He was decapitated and died at the scene. No shit. No shit. The man got his head. The man removed his head. See, now while we're up here upset about the journalists, we got guys doing this shit for free. They are choosing, this guy chose, Thomas chose, because there's no H. Tomas chose to go headless. I heard of going topless, but how about going headless? Well, I don't get no respect. I don't get no haircuts. Oh, really? This is horrendous. Look, but one thing I want to point out is the level of commitment. The level of commitment this man had to not being here anymore. He decided, hey, look, I'm leaving on the first train smoking. And I don't care if you lose your lunch when you find me. And just imagine the people who, when he paramedics or whatever show up I don't know who shows up to this shit. And the cops probably came. You get your value pack of police, ambulance, paramedics, the whole run. Fire truck, all that shit, right? And they're like putting together the crime scene. They're like, okay, looks like we got a guy without his head. And she's driving the car. You hear dumbass cops trying to figure it out. Like, okay, let me get this right. So did he have a head on before he started driving? Or was it during the act of driving that he lost his head? Now it looks pretty clear to me that he lost his head, that he did something. No, look, there's a pole back here with a chain wrapped around it. Maybe he meant to do this. The guy wanted it. I mean, what kind of life do you have that you're willing to go that balls out to die? Why not just take pills like a normal fucking person? What happened to that? Valium, something. Go to the dollar store, get your $3 50 tablets of ibuprofen, get you a fifth of some cheap wine, whatever, and cash it in like a normal person. You watch season of, I don't know, Weeds, something, and just call it a day. Now Tomas, oh, not him, on a Monday morning, 9:35 in the morning. You know what he's doing. Got nothing else planned for the rest of the day. My schedule is clear. I'm out of here. And I recently did a post about suicide, and I got people, I should have said in that post, like in that video, to a friend I know who's going through a hard time, I should have said, look, whatever you do, don't ask me who the person is. Because I'm not fucking telling you. I got all these people texting me. Is it such and such? No, it's not such and such, bastard. Is it such and such? No, it's not such and such. It's not Smokey. Is it TJ? I don't know TJ like that, Amazing Atheist, but no, I don't think so. Could be, but I don't know. I don't think so. Look, if you knew the guy, whoever it is, if you knew him, then you would know, right? Guy was kind of vocal on Twitter from what I understand, like letting people know how he felt, what he was going through. And I had no idea. I think it was I'm thinking it's a private conversation, And I found out he's telling the whole world, he's tweeting to the universe that he's feeling like he can't go on. And I'm doing a video on it, but hey, like I said, hopefully the video helps people and people are able to, yeah. But stop asking me who it is. I'm not going to tell you who it is. That would make me a jackass. I would be a fucked up individual, and I am not that type of person. I'm a person of somewhat high morals, occasionally. So what do we got? We have this podcast. We're starting this thing off. And look, I'm going to see how this goes. I'm thinking it's going to work better than me, having to get dressed up and do the whole editing thing. Doing that editing thing is really a pain in the ass. So like this, I can just cut on my mic. We can just, go through some stuff. So I opened with a decapitated guy, a news story, so later, as we weave through, there are things I have planned. I'm not just going to, just talk aimlessly. I got stuff, but it's so much better than having to do editing. And besides, at least this way, no one can say, hey, you got the backlight thing you need to work on because your head looks green. And if you could get the backlight done right, if you just did a little bit more editing, fuck you, man. I mean, I'm in the computers, but I'm not a nerd to that extent. And you know what? I don't have the money for the fucking lights. If you want perfection, help me out, man. You're watching the free video, send me money. You want to help? Send me lights. But nah, these guys don't want to help. They just want to tell you shit. And you know what? I got to give a shout out to Bill Brooks. Let me tell you something, man. Long time ago. Long time ago. Well, it wasn't that long ago. I'm not 100, but Bill Brooks, I was at like my first professional job. And this guy, Bill Brooks, real life friend, that I met on the job. You know, I was like, damn, man, I'm not moving up, man. I don't know why they don't like me here. I don't get it. I think I got something, but they're not recognizing me as a person with abilities. Maybe it's because I'm black. Only problem was Bill was also black, and they would choose him for everything, so that theory didn't really work well. And I remember Bill was like, look, you need to just, you need to learn to lay in the cut, bro. You need to learn, because Bill was like 10 years older than me, and Bill was like, you need to learn to lay in the cut. Lay in the cut, Tim, lay in the cut. I'm like, I am trying to lay in the cut, man. See, Bill was from Detroit. And he was saying, you need to let it come to you. Do your thing. Don't stress out and don't get frustrated so quickly, and just keep doing your thing and lay in the cut. It's like, all right, I'll try. So what he did was, I came in one day, the next day I came into work. And Bill, sitting on my desk was a box. And I'm like, what the hell, what's this box? So I opened the box, and inside the box were some ties. 3 nice ties. And I still remember, because like I still have one of them. They were Bill Blast ties. I don't know if anybody heard of Bill Blast, but Bill Blast was a designer. I think you can still get Bill Blast stuff. Sounds real New York to me. Bill Blast. But anyway, Bill Brooks had got me the Bill Blast ties, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow, this is really, and I look over, it's like, Bill, man, because he had a little card in there. I said, Bill, man, what's up, man? He said, hey, man. I said, man, thank you so much, man, because like I had a shirt that I would just like keep wearing. Like I had a couple white shirts, I would just like rotate them. See, the thing was, I didn't have money for like good ties. Like we weren't making a lot on this job. I wasn't making a lot. I was like a junior, whatever, a junior paralegal, right? So, because I like took this course, I paid all this money to take this course to be in this class. But anyway, so Bill says, yo, he says, Krog. He didn't say yo because he didn't talk like that, I'm like, Bill, man, thanks a lot, man. Thank you so much, Bill. Thank you for looking out for a motherfucker, Bill. And he looked at me, he said, wear the ties, and lay in the cut. I'm like, wow. And to this day, man, that's like, yeah. To this day, it's something. I tell you, I'm still, I'm still moved by Bill's act of kindness, because like very rarely in life do people actually do shit for you. I mean, people will tell you stuff. They'll tell you stuff that some of it will be good and some of it will be BS based on their own life experience that only relates to their life experience. But Bill, he actually did something. Now, the other thing he told me was, turn down your damn Walkman, because back then we had a Walkman. We didn't have, or CD player. I think I had a CD player. It wasn't that long ago. CD player, right? And so cut that down when you're in the elevator. Nobody needs to hear you listening to, Ice Cube or Public Enemy and no shit like that while you're in the elevator, the Ghetto Boys or whatever you listening to. You need to cut that down when you at work, because that scares white people. And some black people look at you like, oh no, not one of those guys. Not one of those guys. Oh, God. I try so hard to get away from these types of blacks. I try so hard. And here they go, making me look bad. Making me look like a thug. I'm guilty by color association. Because of you. Yeah. So anyway, shout out to Bill Brooks. All right, folks. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about this because this is good. All right, this is where people are saying that they found Darren Wilson in the hospital bed with his eye beat the hell up. It's like a bad piece of bologna. Got a bologna eye. It's like, look like he went 12 rounds with Apollo Creed and Mr. T and that big Russian dude in Rocky. Yeah, eye just warped. Well, anyway, it's a hoax. It's a hoax, man. And see, this is the thing, man. It's just sad what they're doing, trying to take the heat off of the Ferguson police, trying to take the heat off the case, trying to divide us. They want to divide us. They want to split us up. And the world all moves to a no, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What may be right for you may not be right for some. A man is born, he's a man of peace. A man of means, long comes two. They got nothing but their jeans, but they got different strokes it takes. Different strokes it takes. Different strokes to rule the world. That's what they're doing. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the whole Ferguson story thing, but it's still going on. I just stopped talking about it because people were like, Tim, please. Tim, God. Tim, please stop talking about it. You racist motherfucker, stop talking about Ferguson and Michael Brown. God damn it. And that was the black people. So anyway, I don't know if you heard, but I'm going to tell you this anyway. The alleged photo of an injured Darren Wilson is not actually Darren Wilson. Yeah, they got some picture of some white guy in a hospital bed beat the fuck up. Probably because he scratched up somebody's Harley or something. Or whatever. They got this guy who got his eye balled up, look like fried bologna laying on his face, but that's his eyeball. They're passing that off as Darren Wilson. They're trying to stoke the fires of controversy and racism. And of course, we're buying into it. But anyway, here goes the story. On Tuesday, a Chicago firefighter named Kevin O'Grady posted this photo to Facebook, claiming it showed Ferguson, Missouri police officer Darren Wilson's injuries following a shooting of an unarmed teenager, Michael Brown. He demanded to know why the media was not releasing this photo in the aftermath of the shooting. Now, over the course of 2 days, the post was shared more than 40,000 times. 40,000. Guys, you realize this? You realize what happened here? People say, well, Obama got elected, and now we have a post-racial society. We all get along. Yeah, you know, white folks, them good white folks. They're good white folks. These the type of white folks we get along with each other. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, homie. I don't know. But it looks like we all get along. You know, Obama is now in the office, and we all understand one another, and we're moving towards a racial harmony grits. Homogenization. Racial harmony. Yeah. Harmony. It's bullshit. Look, this post was shared 40,000 times. The only problem with this picture that this guy shared, this dickhead on Facebook, the only problem was the man isn't Officer Darren Wilson. In fact, they don't even look alike. The photo was actually of freestyle motocross rider Jim McNeil, who died in 2011 after he suffered a crash during practice. The photo is from an earlier injury McNeil suffered in 2006. Media outlets, including Fox News, Media outlets, including Fox News, have reported that Wilson sustained a fractured eye socket during his supposed physical confrontation with Brown. Blah, 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 blah. And you know, the whole thing with CNN coming back saying that was a lie, that the whole fractured eye socket thing was a lie, and it's proved to be a lie. It's been debunked. But this is just the latest thing, and that picture, I need to find that picture of that eye. I'm going to put that in the video here for you. But it's just sad that we are so divided like we are over this case. Look, I'm going to continue to cover the Ferguson case. I'm going to get back to it. It's just like right now, it's a lot going on with it, and I'm going to save that for another video on my Tim's Take Live channel. Go subscribe to it. But we're so divided. It's like everyone's choosing a team. And can we just, like, I don't want to be on the team for this, you know, for cases that involve life and death people. I mean, it's okay if you root for your football team or your basketball team or, you know, your soccer team, or whatever, right? Root for your favorite, you know, whatever, wrestler or favorite video game, or root for that shit. Favorite MMA fighter, whatever. But when you root for your favorite color of person in a case involving loss of life, then I have a problem with that, you know? But it's bullshit, folks. There was this is not Officer Wilson. He wasn't beat half to death. There are no pictures. And if he was, he kept it private. He didn't want anyone to know that he had been beat half to death. The photos that you see of a man in a bed with his eyes swollen shut, beat half to death, is that of the late motocross rider Jim McNeil, and not Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson. You got me? Then. Well, as most human beings with a pulse know, Joan Rivers died yesterday at the age of 81. It was a ripe age, an age to go. Shit. What we got here? Okay, this will work. Will this work? This will work. Okay. All right. Well, as most people with a pulse know, let's put this up here. As most people with a pulse, as most people with a pulse know, Joan Rivers at the age of 81 passed away. This happened yesterday, and I called it. Can I get a little love for calling that? I called it. I called that. That's right. I called it because, see, I could tell, because like when they moved her rooms, it was too eerie. The way they moved her to a private room without telling us that she had awakened from her coma that they induced. How are you going to induce somebody into a coma and not get them back out? Isn't that your job? Like, if you put me to sleep, baby, you got to be able to wake me up. Wake me up. So, yeah, I knew something was fishy when they did that. That was to give the family an opportunity for privacy and for the rest of the country to prepare for the inevitable bad news about Miss Rivers. And, you know, I made a video about it. I talked about it. But, hell, I had done a video earlier when she first had the heart attack. So this was just me sort of following up on my already reported stuff. And my thing is this, folks. And look, I know. She said some horrific things. She said horrific things about Hamas. She did. And it's really no justification for it. I mean, that's why I said in the video, I will not attempt to try to take up for her in any way, shape, or form. I did not know Miss Rivers, none of that. But me being a person who has played roles, you know, look, I love doing my news stuff, and I love telling the truth, and I love speaking harsh, and I love being brash, and I love this, you know, just being that dude that'll say the thing you don't think I'm going to say. I love being that guy. I'm that guy, believe me. But for comic effect, I will take things too far. I will exaggerate. I will play a caricature. Right? As if when I'm just with my, you know, my son is 16, my oldest son is 16, my youngest son is 5, like I'm going to talk to him like I talk now. Like I'm going to be like, yo, son, come on now, pick the clothes up. You better get your clothes up, man. What's wrong with you, boy? You better get them clothes up, man, for you Tim Black on your ass. I don't talk that way to my son. I love my son. I don't want to scare him. I try not to yell at him. Either one of them. Like I'm going to be like to my youngest son, the 5-year-old. His name is Chase. I'm going to be like, Chase, man, what the hell is wrong with you, boy? Man, you better get this right. Oh, Lord, this boy didn't make me want to pull out a can of whip ass on him. A can of whip ass. A can of whip ass. I wouldn't say that. No, I reserve that type of language and that type of talk for my, you know, for my shows, for my videos. Because it's infotainment. Information entertainment is what I do. All right? So, no. So, in the same vein, if I know that I'm not that guy who I be in my videos at all times, then how I'm going to blame this woman for making some jokes? Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't like those Hamas jokes. I don't like jokes about genocide. I wouldn't do them. But then again, I probably wouldn't be able to pull them off effectively. I wouldn't. But I'm going to tell you this, and this is the thing. And I know my men out there who like, you know, fuck these women. They get all these set-asides, these women, the feminist movement. Fuck the feminist movement. I know it's a lot of guys out there like that, right? Check this out. How hard do you think it has to be being in the comedy business as an old-ass woman? I mean, think about it. I mean, Betty White, she's like it. I mean, what else could there be? I mean, it's like seeing a polka dot lion or a seal ride a motorcycle playing the harmonica or some shit. It's rare. It's like seeing a homeless man return $1 million. A crackhead in a 3-piece suit. You know, something. I mean, it's rare. You're not gonna, certain shit you don't see. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. Oh, it exists. You know, a guy in a KKK outfit feeding a black man at a soup kitchen. I'm not saying this shit don't exist. I'm saying it's hard to, you could go a long time without seeing it, but I'm not saying it's impossible. See what I'm saying? Do you understand where I'm going with that? So I understand people not getting it. I lost my place. I did. But my thing is, the people that were giving me shit, they were like, how could you defend this woman? This woman said some vile stuff. I'm not defending her. I'm saying she's playing a character. And I believe she was joking, and I could be wrong because I don't know her, but I just thought she was trying to be funny. She was trying too hard to be funny, and that's my point. It's hard to see a white woman survive in the comedy field or Hollywood in general, being that old and be successful. So I think that Joan Rivers went to extreme lengths to try to get back in the conversation, which she did successfully, and she got a show. And I think that was just who she was. And I don't know her enough to say that. But when I got motherfuckers coming on my channel trying to tell me I'm a sellout, Why? Because I didn't shit all over it. I didn't make a video like everyone else did, telling her how vile she was, and I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. I wish she was alive so I could kill her again. Because I didn't make a video like that, they want to say I'm a sellout. Like I got some guy dropping on me some like Marcus Garvey documents and shit. Like, look at this motherfucker. He like trying to tell me how I'm not, I'm like a sellout black because I was like, look, here goes a tribute to, let me say some nice things about this woman. It's like he just like shitted on all my other work, I'm the same guy that supported Renisha McBride. I'm the same guy that supported Eric Garner. I'm the same guy that supported Michael Brown. But he don't see none of that. Why? I'm a sellout now because I didn't piss on a dead woman in her hospital bed before the body got warm, because I didn't piss on her and say she's the vile, disgusting Jew. All of a sudden, I'm a horrific Uncle Tom, a Sambo. That's why you can't listen to these nationalists, these black nationalist motherfuckers. They just make me laugh. I'm sorry. They make me laugh. Because it is just, they are just self-grandiose, just like they think they know everything. And they want to come around, they want to fly around on the internet, call people coons. And I'm telling you, if you're a black guy, or if you're a Latino guy, or an Asian guy, or a Native American guy, and you don't have to deal with this shit, it's hard being black, man. Because everything you say and do, you get a crop of black folks coming to your fucking YouTube telling you you're not black enough. Then when you are black, you got everything you do. You have a certain group of black folks coming to your page telling you you're too black. It's going to be people who listen to this podcast. They won't judge it on this comic material. They won't judge it on this, news broadcasting or the truthing that I'm doing on these stories. They will judge me solely on my blackness. Last time I checked, I was black enough. But not to them. And nothing I do will make me black enough, because they define black. And my definition of black means nothing. Know that. This is the Tim the Bartender, the Bar Stool Podcast. You're tuned into it. Do me a favor right now. If you love this content, I need you to go pick up my book, The Truth Hurts, but It Beats a Lie. It's on Amazon. It's available now. It's like $3. I mean, it's $3 and it's a good book.
I bet you never heard nothing like this before, but guess what?
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. All right.
It's the Tim the Bartender Show, where the drinks are served cold, and sometimes so is the truth. Relationship advice others don't give. Tim's advice is always from a male perspective, always straightforward, always real, and always Tim the Bartender. Cheers!
Let's move on to the Fappening, sort of like the Awakening, just with breast and vaginas and stuff. Let's talk about J-Law. Nasty J-Law, you nasty woman. Well, we all know that Jennifer Lawrence was one of the people that were had their privacy invaded by the hackers who sent her pictures all over the universe, all over the internets. Poor J-Law. You would have thought we had divulged military secrets. You would have thought somebody gave out McDonald's recipes or KFC recipes. Look, man, I'm not here to shame J-Law for her body image or for even taking pictures and being nasty as hell. I mean, women do stuff. And if you are lucky enough, you're fortunate enough to make a woman do some stuff, she'll do some stuff. Right? And in fact, I think J-Law looked good. I know she thinks, I know this was an invasion of privacy. I know. I get it. I'm not some callous dude that doesn't understand that. But my thing is this. She got nothing to worry about. It's like one of those things, like if somebody caught me with a stripper or something, as long as it was a female stripper, it wouldn't hurt my career at all. Be like, yeah, that boy Tim Black, man, I saw him. He was with this stripper. He was getting it in with her, man. She was fat. Be like, oh, Tim's this nasty motherfucker. It would just be stuff I did, and no one would really blame me for it. They would just say, that's what he does, It would add to my mystique. And J-Law, that's all it did was add to your mystique, girl. It just blew you up for a day. I know you didn't need the help. So we have these conspiracy theorists out there now saying that this was all fabricated, it's all to draw attention from everything else. And see, that's my thing that I have, the beef I have with the conspiracy folks. See, conspiracy folks think every fucking thing that happens is intentionally done by the boogeyman, the Illuminati, to draw our attention away from real stuff. They fail to realize we have a big world. And in this world, stuff happens. There is so much stuff happening every day that all you got to do is pick and choose. You can pick and choose stuff and say, you know what, I'm going to look at this because this suits the agenda I want to push. I mean, come on, there's so many people on the planet. So it hurts your head to think about how many people exist. I know you only live in your own body, in your own mind, so you only can relate to your friends and family and stuff and people you work with, colleagues, bosses, things like that. And the people that are in your way when you go to commute or whatever. I know that's all. That's enough people. That's too many people, but that's all the people you have room for in your brain. But see, my thing is this. Look, there's so many people. Just, if you're in the UK, just extrapolate this to have it make sense for you. If you're in Spain, wherever the hell you are, just fit it for you. Let's just take the United States of America and let's just say how many people are in the United States. Do you know how many crimes occur every day? It's a lot of crime occurring. There's a lot of people getting stabbed, murdered, shot, raped, children being raped, babies put in dryers. You know how many cases of people kicking dogs there probably were? So many that you couldn't even count the puppies with the foot imprints in their asses. But the fact that story made the news of that CEO from Center Plate, that's a big deal. And somehow I'm going to tie this back to Jennifer Lawrence with her ass, because that's what this is supposed to be about. But my thing is this, look. So why is Jennifer Lawrence's ass, her vagina, why is that news? That's news because it's all these celebrities at one time. And what I'm saying to this conspiracy theorist is that no one has to fabricate this stuff. What you need to be thinking is, why is the story important? Why are we talking about it? Why is it being broadcasted? Now, before you jump to Jennifer Lawrence being an Illuminati princess and being a sacrifice, somehow her genitalia has been sacrificed by the Illuminati to divert us from ISIS or divert us from lost ships and planes. Could you just consider that maybe it's just to make a buck? People like making money. And people will do pretty much anything to make money. Therefore, people may talk about Jennifer Lawrence's ass. And when the whole thing broke about Jill Scott, Jill Scott, they had her breastises. Jill Scott has big breastises. And they had her, they leaked her photos. And they were talking about her, and they were talking about Jill Scott. And a lot of people were dissing Jill Scott because she has double D's. And in my video I did about Jill Scott's big breasts, I left out the fact that, I misspoke. I said it had something to do with Jill Scott having children, and I was corrected. Because, my girl said, Tim, Jill Scott's been having big breasts forever, way before she had a baby. And I was like, oh, that's right, that's true. I shouldn't have tied those two things together. So it had nothing to do with her being pregnant. She was just born with big breasts. Some tig bitties out there, white girls. There's some tig bitty Latinos. There's some tig bitty, Latinos, Native Americans, a few Asians. Yeah, with some tig old bitties running around. It got nothing to do with their children or how many babies they pushed out their womb. So, but my thing was they were dissing my girl. And I call her my girl because, that's how I roll. But the thing is, like, Jill Scott, it's not a racial thing that everyone running to her defense. It's just, people they were out of gas by the time they got to Jill Scott. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence is one of the first people that was leaked, the biggest name that was leaked initially. So the feminists jumped up. Report for duty, feminists. I don't like what happened. This is a travesty. This is a male-dominated. It's all these penises all over the place. This is the problem with America. And they were riding on their feminist horses. Type of horses, they didn't want you to put your saddle on them. They were feminists. They didn't need help with their saddles. They don't need straw or nothing. Don't give them anything. They can get at themselves. All this stuff. But it wasn't just racial. It's like everybody jumps to race. How about the fact that they didn't leak hers till days later? I mean, this story has a trajectory. Every story has a trajectory. I understand if you don't know that. I know it because I'm now in the business of stories. So like the stories that break the news, that initialize the coverage of the story, they get the biggest limelight. And I'm sorry, if there had been a video of I don't know, if Jill Scott would have been with a woman in one of those pictures, yeah, good God, that'd have been everywhere because that would have taken the story higher. If she'd have had like the brat, like licking on one of her areolas, that would have been big news. But that's not what we saw. That's not the story. And I know I just lost a great potential audience right now just by saying the word areola. But that's a big deal. That's big. But see, a lot of stuff is lost, and I pointed this out in my video about the fappening. The fappening. There was a woman from the downtown Abbey or whatever, and she had a video clip. Fuck a picture. There was a video clip that I saw of the downtown Abbey girl, and she was doing stuff in it. And stuff was being done to her, oral and stuff like that, and sex and intercourse. And let me tell you something. People are not talking about how she got dogged out. I mean, this was destructive to her resume. You talking about Jill Scott having her shirt off, her blouse off. My God, this guy was smacking her in the face. I know you like that. She has this English accent. She's like, oh, thank you. Oh, this is all. I don't know about the face. You are hitting me my eye. He's like, take that, take that. He playing bongos, with her face, with her nose, and his member, his penis. And this is on the internet, and a lot of people saw that. Millions of people saw that. That, and no one talked about her. I forget her name. I wrote it down. I can't find that page. I want to find that page where I wrote that. Because when I first reported, I had her on my list of people. Damn it, I can't remember her name. Maybe it's good I can't remember her name. If she killed herself, and which and I shouldn't even say that, but If she took a bottle of pills, people would be like, yeah, I kind of understand. Jill, but you know what? Kate Upton, people dissed her hard. My God. They called her, they said it looked like she got her ass, she got beaten in the ass with a book bag. They said it looked like they sat her ass on one of those cars that crash test dummies driving to the wall and just smashed her ass in like she had no shape. Is what people were saying. Like they've been fooled by Hollywood movies because they thought she was attractive. So whenever they needed a woman to have a shape in a Kate Upton movie, they put a stand-in in there. Is what they were saying. So Kate Upton, she caught hell on Twitter. Hell, I tell you. So that's what I saw. So look, the fappening is disgusting, but I will give it up to the amazing atheist, my friend TJ. He did a good piece on that whole issue. And he talked about the hypocrisy of men getting pictures of their penis leaked and how it's a joke. Woo! Woo! No, he didn't. Is it big or little, folks? Let us know. Is it big or little? No one cried. Morgan Freeman didn't come out. Hello, I'm Morgan Freeman. We have a picture of Greg Oden's penis. It's a shame that his privacy has been invaded. No one came out and said shit about Greg Oden. In fact, instead they had like a meter. Nice size, little size. Too small? Or forget about it. Fuck them. Forget about it. It was callous how they did them. So that was good for the amazing atheist to do that. My thing is this, man. Look, I love women, period. I do. It don't make me a homophobic to do so. But this whole fappening thing, it's a craze because these are stars. And as stars, like I said in my video, folks, as stars, it comes with the territory. If something gets leaked of you, I don't care what it is, you getting in a cab with no drawers on, or if you have an argument with your significant other, whatever it is, it's going to become big news. And since in America we are so repressed sexually, you know, the human body is not something we try to display, at least not the naked body, that whenever there's like an exposure, look at Janet Jackson's nipple. There was a big news. I mean, we talked about that for weeks. It was just a nipple. Just a nipple. A nipple. That's it. That was all it was. And we talked about it for, oh my God, Janet Jackson's nipple is exposed. We talked about that for a long time. In fact, they instituted a delay in the Super Bowl just because of Janet Jackson's nipple. Because we're that afraid of nipples. The black woman's breast controls America. Make KRS-One. The black woman's nipple controls America. Big money, big controls America. Controls America. Controls America. Bro. People act like they don't know. You need to recognize the reality of the system that you live in. Shit. And that's not alcohol. That's just a can. I have a Fruitopia. Fuck y'all. Not drinking. Okay, folks. Now, the last piece before we wrap this up. Once again. Oh, let me give you a new one. If you want to support this channel, which I hope you do because you're watching some great content, I hope you'll enjoy your content. Go to ttlmedia.spreadshirt.com. Spreadshirt.com, TTL Media, and pick up a t-shirt. That's right, TTL Media, spread, like spread them, shirt.com, and pick up a t-shirt by your man, Tim Black, a.k.a. Tim The Bartender, and it really would support the show. I need to go and get all of them in bigger sizes. All right. Jonathan Rogers, my brother, I got one shirt that he told me I need to put into a bigger shirt, like a 3X, like get it big. That was the, what is it? Thought detector. Thought. In case you guys don't know, that means that hoe over there. Detector shirt. I think it's a hot shirt. I designed it. Go get that. Go get the thought detector shirt. Stop BSing. All right, folks. I got the relationship portion of the show coming up. Stay tuned for that. Once again, this is Tim Black, TTL Media. You tuned into the Bar Stool Podcast.
Down for Hood Music Group. You're tuned in, ladies and gentlemen, to its own styles production. Whoa, we're gonna take the ladies to heaven tonight on this one. Get your stuff ready, baby. Don't have me out here waiting all night. Come on, let's roll, let's go. Put your best shit on. You are fucking with a Don Juan, baby. You my little arm charm. Looking like I candy with your hair all sandy. I don't wanna meet your family cause they won't understand me. They hate to see a nigga rich, sipping out a clean six with polar caps on my wrist. This is pimp shit, baby. It don't get no better. Ride with me, let me get it no wetter. Come on. They say all dogs go to heaven, well I'm going. They say all dogs go to heaven, well I'm going. They say all dogs go to heaven, well I'm going. And when I get to heaven, I'ma have my Gucci on. I'm going.
Welcome back to the Bar Stool Podcast. I'm your host, Tim Black, aka Tim The Bartender. And this is the relationship segment of the show. So if you are a guy or a woman, for real, this works with regards to what your orientation is. If you're prey, and I know that sounds bad, but if you're hunting wabbits, this works. All right. Doesn't matter what you are, it's about what your prey is. Get it? And that can be a good thing because some people want to be found. So here's the thing. One of the biggest things I've run into, let me give you a little bit of background before I get to it, because this is the first podcast. I've been running Tim the Bartender Facebook page. You can go see that on Tim the Bartender Show. It's facebook.com, right? Tim the Bartender Show. I've been running that page for over a year. And I already had some great ideas about relationships because I've been in a number of them, right? I've been running that page for over a year, and a lot of people have sent me mail. And I've talked to a lot of men and a lot of women. And you'd be surprised. This is not my first rodeo. All right? So, like, I've done shows before. I did the Tim the Bartender Show podcast, which went on for almost a year. And I did the Man's Show. You can go get that stuff on iTunes. You can see my shows up there. You can also go to Blog Talk Radio and check out my episodes. Right? So I've talked to a lot of people. I just want to give you some background. And they just show up yesterday saying, hey, look at this. Look what I do. Look what I can tell you. I can tell you some stuff. It's going to help you get laid. But no. So I have a little background and people talk to me, whatever. Okay? Not the most credentials, but I have some. Okay? All right. You shouldn't care as long as what I tell you is helpful. That's what I'm hoping. So here's the thing. Let me cut the lights. It's hot in here. One of the biggest problems I've run into with men who are looking for women is they get this thing wrong. And that's the thing that these men get wrong. The thing that most men get wrong is they stop treating women like human beings. Oh, man, they don't treat a woman like they treat anybody else. Oh, I'm talking about an attractive woman. Oh, my God. Kid gloves. Special. You know, they got some stuff in their head that this woman is just made of porcelain. So you can't say diamonds because diamonds, they're very hard to break. But porcelain, it breaks easy. And they also think that all women are, you know, angelic. And that these women want to be treated special. And They don't get it. And here's the thing you're not getting, fellas. When you treat a woman with too much kid gloves, when you fail to treat a woman like a woman, it puts you in a box. We'll never get the punani box. It puts you in the, if I'm ready to settle down with a guy I really don't want to be with, but I know he'll treat me nice, box. I'm sure he'll do nice things for me, box. And it starts with the first conversation because you're afraid to talk to her like regular folks. And women are regular people. Women are people too. And that's not because I'm trying to make points with women. That's because it's the truth. Dude, if you've never told a woman, get out of my face, you ain't about shit. You haven't lived. If you've never told a woman, I don't know what you're talking about, but that's some dumb shit you just said, then you've never truly knocked down the booty. You understand? You've never put it on her. Because unless you can say that to a woman, you're not the type of man who can effectively crush some shit. Sorry. I had told Craig and them, you was a lame dude. And it is lame. You are lame. You don't treat her like a regular person. You don't think she knows somewhere in her own heart and mind and soul and body that she is full of shit. And your failure to point that out if need be. Look, here's a line. Look, there's a line of need to be said and don't need to be said. So I'm not talking about the dumb guys who are totally opposite. They nitpick women and say stupid shit they don't need to say. Like, you're wrong. They want to fight with women, but they don't want to fuck them. Not those guys. Not those guys. Those guys, they never get laid. They got to pay for it. Look. And they're so annoying. The woman be like, that's okay. I'll go back out on the strip and find another John that'll pay me. Take your $20, motherfucker. Fuck you. You are that annoying. I don't like him at all. Here, take your little $30 away. I'm going out. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about the guys who don't realize that if you treat a woman like a regular person, if you talk to her like a regular person, if you stop thinking about fucking her, you will be able to fuck her. If you stop thinking about having sex with her, you'll be able to have more sex with her in more various positions. You will be able to do things you can't imagine doing, but you have to not be thinking about it in the beginning. It's got to be some shit that just happens. Don't no woman want to meet you and it be some scripted shit. Women want spontaneity. Women want things to just be able to say they just happened. And when they meet you and your whole mindset is, I'm going to say whatever I need to say to get laid. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get laid. I'm going to do whatever and say whatever she want me to say. And whatever I think she want me to say or do or be like or any of that, I'm going to do that because it might get me laid. Women are very perceptive and they know when you are full of shit. And when you are truthfully, that's why this don't work. When I'm telling you it won't work, not because it's wrong, it won't work if you're not congruent. It has to be who you are. So you need to start by changing how you think. All women are fallible. All women are human beings. Yes, women screw up. You don't need to hate them, but you need to accept that. And yes, when you meet a woman, you need to be thinking, is this woman qualified to ride this penis? That's what you need to be thinking. You don't need to be thinking, oh, I hope I can get it. I hope I can get it. Motherfucker, you don't even know if you should get it. You don't even know if it's to be gotten. You don't even know if it's got Ebola in it. You dumbass. Sit down. Boy, you don't know shit. You need to learn, you boy. That's me smacking you. And go buy me a beer, motherfucker. Go buy me a beer. You that stupid. You that stupid. You ain't that stupid, are you? Go buy me another beer, motherfucker. I wish you would act like you wanted to say some shit. I'll knock you out when you wake up. You better apologize. corny motherfucker. Stop being that guy. That guy has a hard time with women. But you know who doesn't have a hard time with women? The guy who keeps it real with the woman. The woman who says, how does this look? You go, it looks, I like it. Hold on. Let me look. Come here. Come a little closer. Put your hand on the small of her waist. You look better with me behind you. Turn around. So that guy does well. He might not win with that particular woman, right? That particular woman may not like him. But the thing is, you can't just be worrying about scoring. That's what I'm trying to get your mind out of. Stop being the guy worrying about getting laid. The more you focus on getting laid, it's not... You are focused on getting laid because you're adhering to the policies, the laws, the unwritten laws on what you need to be doing, but you are not, it's not a life or death situation. And you don't have to kiss ass to get laid. You don't have to kiss ass to impress this woman. And when you do that, you allow the woman to be herself, and she don't have to adhere to or climb up on a pedestal for you to like her, love her, appreciate her. She doesn't have to pretend to be an angel. She can be who she really is, which really helps later because then she doesn't have to go fuck the dude at Walmart because she can be herself with him and not you. She's, giving him oral in the back of his Mitsubishi Galant or whatever, Honda Accord. His 97 Honda Accord. God, 97. Oh, God damn. Woo. But yeah, so it works. But you have to work it. So fellas, here's the assignment for this week. Fellas, I need you to treat all women you meet this week like just regular people. You're not going to have on your mind that you want her number. You're not going to have on your mind that you want to get laid. I don't want you to think about what she looks like that her breasts are attractive, that her body's sexy. None of that. I just want you to think about she's a person, you're a person. You're getting to know this person via this conversation. You have standards. You don't just sleep with anybody. You're not here to impress her. You just want to get to know her. And if you become just friends, that's fine. Women can sense desperation, and the less desperate you are, the less outcome-oriented you are, and I know that's hard to do, but you got to learn to do it. The more successful you will be. Getting with a woman is not like running a race where you have to focus on winning the race. Being good with women is not trying to be good with women. You understand? Get it? Don't try. Just be. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. This is Tim Black. This is the first edition of the Bar Stool Podcast. I thank you so much for tuning in. I don't know how long this thing went. I got to edit it, put my pieces together to make it fit. I hope it's over an hour, a strong, long conversation. I hope you enjoy it. Do me a favor, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Share this podcast if you find it interesting. I hope you do. This podcast will at least be done weekly. Suggestions for the podcast are welcome. You can email me at timstake2@gmail.com. Check me out. All right, I appreciate you guys. We'll be back next week. Same bad channel, same bad time. I'm out of here. Peace.